Well, we are here with Carolyn Sills and Gerard Egan.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, kids.
Andy, thanks for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. I've been wanting to have you guys here for a long time.
Thanks.
I love you guys.
Thanks, man. This is exciting.
Yeah, first time in the studio.
Yeah, it's your first time here. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Great to
you.
be here.
What else? And so you got a lot of. Boy, you guys have been busy.
We've been busy, yeah. I think we're making up for a couple of years of lost time and packing it all into 2023. So.
That's
wow.
right.
Yeah. I mean, you've been traveling and winning awards.
Thanks, yeah.
So where have you been?
Well, let's see. The Combo's been playing some shows around here recently. We did a run of shows with the Coffis Brothers, our buddies in town here. They were doing a run of like Tom Petty kind of tribute shows, and we were opening 3 or 4 shows for those guys. That was super fun. We've got the big Kumbwa show coming up on Friday, November 11th.
17th.
I'm sorry,
No,
17th.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of busy around here. We did a little 3-week tour as our duo this summer out to Colorado and Montana and Wyoming and whatnot.
What was that like?
Super fun. You know, we'd wanted to get out there for years. It was really our first time getting out in that part of the country. So, it was just beautiful to take it all in and just a lot of fun playing for some new folks. And, just traveling the two of us is kind of a kick too.
So what kind of places were you playing?
Well, all kinds of stuff. I mean, anything from private house parties, listening rooms, to bars, and what else?
Yeah,
Some radio
dive
shows.
bars, wineries.
Yeah.
We kind of
How
play
did
it
you
all.
wind up? How did you wind up getting those gigs? And did you get those scheduled before you left here, right?
Yeah.
We're always looking for the last minute, walk into a cool bar somewhere that just needs a Hawaiian cowboy band to play in the corner.
They didn't even know they needed it, but
Right.
I did
find
that.
out they
I
do.
did that once in Carmel. We just got done playing a gig at one place and walked into a bar at the other place and said, "Hey, would you guys want some music?" And we broke our stuff out for the second thing.
Cool.
It's like-
beautiful, right? If
it's
you're right
fun.
there, it's hard
Yeah.
to say no.
Right.
But yeah, we book those in advance, just so we can kind of map a tour route and everything.
How did you find them, though?
I mean, we're fortunate at this point in our career. We have a lot of contacts. Some venues we'd played before, and then just people we know through other artists or people that refer other venues. I feel like in today's world, it's kind of nice just to kind of stay within your circle and kind of go with people you've met before and help other people out, and so they'll return the favor when you're coming through their city or something like that. So.
And people reach out too. They'll email us and say like, I know you're in California, but if you're ever coming through, North Carolina or wherever. Look us up. So we kind of keep those folks in mind, and when we start thinking about where else we'd want to tour or go to, those people come up and they're happy we
Yeah.
remembered them.
Now you guys have been winning some awards, right?
We've
Have
been
we won some? Yeah, we've been nominated. a
yeah.
bunch.
Oh, nominated, yeah.
Yeah.
we won a
But
few
that
in the
feels
past
like
few
winning,
years. Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, we got I think maybe our 7th Ameripolitan Award nomination. So we're nominated for 2024 Western Swing Group. That's for the full Carolyn Sills combo.
Right.
So that's a big honor. We get to go to Austin for the big awards show, which they host at the Moody Theater, where they do Austin City Limits. So that should be a big, big fun time for the band. Everybody's going out.
Did you get to meet Willie?
Haven't met Willie yet, no, but
One day we'll get on the bus.
yeah,
You got to get on the
That's
bus.
the goal, right?
he's inspired us all.
Yeah, that should be fun. The whole band's going down there. That's like mid-February, and the Ameripolitan Awards came out of Dale Watson wanted to kind of recognize more of like the rootsy side of modern country music, and not so much like the CMT stuff, but more the sort of traditional retro vintage kind of style stuff. And it started out 10 years ago with like a Sunday evening award show in a hotel ballroom, and now it's turned into like a 4-day like music festival. Music from like noon to 2 in the morning at various venues. It started out in Austin and moved to Memphis for a couple of years, and this next coming year is back in Austin. So it should be a lot of fun. I mean, some of those clubs are legendary down there. We'll be seeing gigs at the Continental Club and the Seaboys and Antones and all that kind of stuff. So
That's great.
should be fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Haven't made it to Austin. I got to tell you, I mean, you got to say that, you think about Nashville, you think about Austin, but you think about Santa Cruz and how much great music and how many great musicians we have here. It's just
Pretty
it's
spectacular,
crazy.
yeah.
It's incredible, yeah. I mean, we've told that story so many times. When we moved here in 2010, there were something like 13 guitar shops in town, and we've been living in Brooklyn for the last 10 years before that, and I think there were like literally 10 or 12 guitar shops in Manhattan.
yeah.
It's like, how does that work? But like everyone around here plays guitar, it seems like. So
Yeah.
we're very lucky in that way.
Well, we'll have to talk a little bit more about Brooklyn in a little bit, but
Yeah.
but you got your you got your instruments here, standing up on them and sitting with them, and how about a tune?
Sure.
What do you feel like?
How about we'll do some off our new record. We just released a new Carolyn Sills combo album in October, so it's just a couple weeks old. And how we do, want to do a little song for the pencil users out there?
Sure.
You ever been to the Jersey City Dixon Ticonderoga Pencil Factory?
I have not. No.
Well, I know it's a little bit of a stretch from Brooklyn, but it's just across the river.
Well, I got to tell you, I have a problem with pencils sometimes, or even cedar,
Yeah.
because it always reminds me of school in Brooklyn,
Ah.
and just
Yeah,
that
they'd wrap
smell,
your knuckles,
just the
didn't they?
smell of
Right.
just this. Yeah, as a matter of
Is this
fact,
the-
as a matter of
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
yeah, just. And just the smell of cedar and pencil just reminded me of school, and I wasn't
Right.
really good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we're going to play this song to bring back nightmares for you.
Okay, here we go.
This is called Dixon Ticonderoga.
Here we go.
You see.
1, 2, 3.
Take a letter, take a note, write it down, 'cause I'm leaving. Headed straight out of town. Will I come back? It's hard to tell, let me think. Don't write it down in permanent ink. I use a Dixon Ticonderoga. Get a Dixon Ticonderoga. Use a Dixon Ticonderoga, so I can change my mind. Well, I miss you. I don't know, it's hard to say, but I promise to think of you every day. You can write me anytime you feel alone, but for goodness sake, don't pick up your phone. Pick up a Dixon Ticonderoga. Get a Dixon Ticonderoga. Use a Dixon Ticonderoga like the man who would be mine. That's right. Do I love you? Well, I know you know I do, and I'll write you just to prove that I'll be true. But don't quote me if one day that's not the case. I'll write it down so I can erase. Or with the Dixon Ticonderoga. Get a Dixon Ticonderoga. Use a Dixon Ticonderoga, so I can change my mind. With the Dixon Ticonderoga, you send my Dixon
Ticonderoga,
so I can change my mind. So I can change my mind.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sure was nice.
Oh, hey.
That's beautiful.
Didn't bring
Wow.
back terrible memories or anything?
Well, I'm just thinking of number twos. Number twos,
That's true. Everyone loves a good number two.
So you guys wrote that, huh?
We wrote that, yeah.
What made you think about writing a song about Dixon
I actually
Ticonderoga
have a story
pencils?
for that. So it was during just when the COVID kind of lockdown was starting, and Gerard went out, ran some errands, and came back with about 108, I think, Dixon Ticonderoga pencils for me, in case the world ran out, which was very thoughtful. But they were sitting in the room where I like to write songs and staring me in the face. So
Were you chewing on them?
I don't chew on them, no, but I do like to put them behind my ears, and that's about the only place actually.
Wow.
But,
think
but yeah.
of a subject to write about. It wasn't like your mom got run over by a train or
Nope, no death by pencil in my family or anything. But I think sometimes when you're trying so hard to write a song, sometimes your perspective goes from everything outside of you to what's right in front of you at that moment. So that was just one of those moments. And there was that pencil, and out came the song.
I feel like that was one of those great moments, like songwriters always talk about, like sometimes you're working at a song like for weeks and weeks and it's just not coming together, and sometimes it just sort of like falls out of the proverbial pencil.
Falls out of your ear.
That one was just like waiting
absolutely.
to get written, it seemed.
Right.
I've been stuck. I've been trying to write, but I just haven't been. I've been able to get through like 2 verses or a verse and a chorus. I just can't seem to get past it. But every now and again, all of a sudden, something come out in like 15 minutes. You get
Right.
you go right through the whole song.
Those are the best ones. It's
Yeah.
just like meant to be and just kind of pours out.
No labor. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's no rhyme or reason. Some of them kind of kick around in your head for a year and finally works or never works. Or it's
So,
it's
Carolyn,
fun.
where did you grow up, and how did you get started into the music? What what?
I grew up in Chicago, and my family, none of them played music, but they loved listening. And if you're from Chicago, you know Dick Biondi's Oldie 104.3, which was kind of the station my dad and I listened to all the time. And so I heard he was a big fan of doo-wop and listened to a lot of that, and the Shangri-Las. And,
Oh yeah,
so I would always be singing along in the car with him and working on our harmonies.
Dulang,
and stuff.
Dulang, Dulang.
Of course, yeah, I speak Dulang. Yeah. So he was kind of a big influence. And yeah, they put me in choir as a little kid, and I started singing and just loved it, and played in band and all that stuff like you do. And then it wasn't.
So when you said you played in bands, were just singing? Were you playing an instrument?
No, I played alto saxophone,
Oh,
tenor saxophone. They wouldn't put me on the Barry because I was too short, and I needed a special stool. But alto and tenor, which I loved playing. And
That's what I started out on
oh, really?
too.
Cool. Yeah, super fun. I want to do oboe, but my fingers couldn't stretch the, full length of the oboe. But so played up until then high school, and then I had to pick band or choir, so I sang more. And then it wasn't until college that I realized if I didn't play an instrument, there'd be a lot of standing around if you're in a band where everyone's jamming on 4-minute, 10-minute solos, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then I picked up the bass, and the rest.
What
is
made you
history.
pick up the bass? And was it always an upright?
No, I started on electric. I don't know. I figured maybe at the time it seemed like I could get into that quicker than guitar. And more bass players were needed, like Gerard said. I mean, there's guitar
right.
players everywhere. So if you can play bass or play drums or something else, it's
How
always
old were you
welcome.
when you started playing bass?
I was about 18, 19. I started playing bass. And then played in some jammy kind of funky bands in college. And then Gerard and I got together right after that and started out playing like some blues rock and country. And then Gerard started doing just a deep dive into, I think like Elvis, kind of the Sun Sessions got you into like some rockabilly. And then he's just started peeling back the layers of.
He is a hunk of burning love, isn't he?
Hunk of burning love. Yes, that's true.
Where'd you guys meet?
We met in school, actually. Yeah, we met.
Where
we
was
were
that?
both playing in bands in Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut.
And actually, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan was the reason we met. Gerard found out I was a fan, and he was a huge fan. And so we started talking Stevie, and, want to come back to my room and watch some Stevie Ray Vaughan? It's a euphemism if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I used a line like that before.
Yeah.
Want to come back to my living room and listen to some Kinky?
Hey, exactly. I love it.
And Gerard, what about you? When did you start playing?
Oh man, well my mom got me on the violin when I was like 5 years old. I grew up playing classical music in these youth orchestras and symphonies around New Jersey and stuff, and it was nothing that I ever like loved to do, but I started the same day my best friend down the street started playing violin. So his younger sister started a couple of years later, so we kind of grew up together playing classical music and spending our weekends at music camps and whatever, which was, the only saving grace was that we were our buddies hanging out kind of thing. But when I got into guitar, it was like immediate sort of like thunderbolt, like aha moment for me. I was in 7th or 8th grade, and it was just one of those things, like I just got into it immediately. I became immediately obsessed, and I remember coming home from middle school, and my parents had all their old vinyl records that they hadn't really played in a few years that I started digging them out, and they had this like a wonderful array of like, the Live at Woodstock album, and then like Wes Montgomery and like Johnny Smith, and they had like some B.B. King, and just kind of all over the map, and I got into listening to vinyl records when I was in 7th or 8th grade, which is probably kind of weird for a kid that age at that point, but once guitar hit, it was like I had this passion for it, and the violin kind of took a very far back seat at that point. But
Can you still play violin?
a little bit. I still have my old violin. I take it out every once in a while, just to kind of brush off the cobwebs or whatever. Some things kind of come back easier than others, but I kind of went through a few different instruments too. Like I played some trumpet and saxophone and stuff before I got into guitar, and that was just sort of, it was all over at that point.
Cool.
So,
Well, I love watching that video of you playing pedal steel. I want to talk to you a little bit more about that after the show.
yeah,
But
there's another 20-year journey to learn that thing too.
yeah.
You know, so.
Boy, I wish we had more pedal steel players in town.
Yeah, there's a few
There's a
now.
good
I
number.
actually don't play pedal steel, and that's kind of a specific. When you get into the world of steel guitar, the original steel guitars were just played on your lap, you know. And then they came out with like multi-neck console steel guitars with 2 or 3 8-string necks, or some had 4 8-string necks. And then in the early 50s, a guy named Paul Bigsby, who we were talking about before we came on the air here, had the idea of adding these foot pedals to change the pitch on a few strings on the guitar,
Right,
and that
right.
quickly overpassed what everybody else was able to do on a non-pedal steel guitar, and you know, it kind of grew out of that. But most of the stuff I listen to in terms of steel guitar kind of predates the pedal sound. So the guy that plays in our 5-piece band, though, Charlie Wallace, is an exceptional,
Oh, stop it.
exceptional pedal steel guitar player.
Oh, that
He-
guy, yeah.
He plays all the steel.
he plays all the steels, non-pedal steel and
I'd lo-
dobro and.
I would love to play with him
National
sometime.
Sport. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's great.
he keeps us in
But I
line.
thought that, I couldn't really tell from the video, but I thought there was a pedal steel that you had that was when I saw.
Yeah. Well, one of the dead giveaways is you never see a pedal steel player standing up, you know, and I usually perform as the duo in Poi Rogers
Oh, is that
with
right?
my triple neck standing up behind it, just to kind of make the transition from playing acoustic guitar standing to steel guitar a little faster. But
I learned something today.
yeah, right. So pedal steel, you're sitting behind it, you have all the foot pedals and knee levers and whatever, and they get to kind of just relax the whole show.
Oh, cool. Hey, how about another tune?
Sure.
All right. Let's do another one off the record. How about Good Gracious, yeah?
Sure.
So here's one I wrote. I'm telling audiences at Gerard, this was also during COVID. He said, why don't you write a song, take all those old-timey expressions your grandparents used that you repeat all the time and put them together in a one, 3-minute song. So that was my assignment one day, and I came up with this. It's called Good Gracious Alive.
Hey, if you're just tuning in, this is Carolyn Sills and Gerard Egan here on K-Squid.
Good gracious alive, well, what do you know? Let's blow this pop stand, 'cause mayor's it owns. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle if you make like a tree and leaf. I love it when you talk old time to me. Don't touch that dial, just hold the phone. When the cat's away or when in Rome, quit horsing around, not my cup of tea. I love it when you talk old time to me. Some girls they fuss with nothings, but I melt when you say I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Well, son of a gun, the gang's all here. I'll give you the shirt of my back if you lend me an ear. I'm over the moon, my dance card is free. I love it when you talk old time to me. Talk some old time. Some girls they fuss with nothing, but I melt when you say I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Well, son of a gun, the gang's all here. I'll give you the shirt off my back if you lend me an ear. I'm over the moon, my dance card is free. I love it when you talk old time to me. I love it when you talk old time to me.
Shooby-doo-bop-wada.
Shooby-doo-bop-ba-dow.
Wow.
Throw one of those in there.
What's the name of that one?
That's called Good Gracious Alive.
Good Gracious
Off the new
Alive.
record.
Good Gracious Alive.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 albums, huh?
We have 4 albums, which is amazing, you know, for an independent band doing your thing, and got to get a bigger suitcase so we can fit them all on the merch table.
4 albums and 1 donut.
We do have 1 donut as well, yeah.
So what's the deal with the donut?
We had a donut single come out last summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
featuring Gerard Egan celebrating the Great Maple Glaze.
That's
that
right.
helped get us through COVID times. Thank you, Dunlops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see. There used to be Maddox Bakery. You don't know
No, I
about
don't know
Maddox?
that.
Right
No.
down the street from where you are now, your shop is now.
Oh, really?
Right next to, well, I guess it's Aldo's now.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
yeah.
You
yeah.
know, next to the Ugly Mug.
Yeah, yeah.
But that used to be Maddox Bakery way back when.
Good donuts.
Yeah, they had good donuts. They had really great eclairs. Like, back in the East Coast, we had good bakeries and stuff. But that
Right.
was the only place I found that had a really good
Good
East Coast eclair back
yeah,
then.
it's hard to do.
Haven't found one since.
Yeah.
Well, I
I'll look for
cannot more highly recommend the old-fashioned maple glaze over at Dunlap's on 38th and Portola.
That's our spot.
38th. Oh, yeah, that place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Hey, so how do people get a hold of your albums? Where are your albums? How can they get them?
You can go to our website. That's carolynsills.com, Carolyn with a Y. And, we've got all kinds of goodies there, vinyl records and CDs. We've got T-shirts for the new record. And we actually just picked up some reprints from the Return to El Paso, our Marty Robbins-themed record that came out in 2019. We have some reprint merch for that. So all our tickets and all that stuff's available right there at carolynsills.com.
Cool, great. And then again, you got this show coming up on 17th, right?
Yeah,
At the
big
Mug?
show
right,
at
yeah.
Coomba. Yeah, it's a Snazzy Productions and Coomba Jazz Center on Friday, November 17th, and we have a very special guest opener.
Can we announce who that
I think
special
we
guest
can-
is?
Is it time?
All right.
She's going to pop out of my... I was about to say something I shouldn't say on the air yet. It's Miss Patty Maxine.
All right.
Who?
Who? Yeah.
Patty?
Hey, get
Patty
out of here.
Maxine?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
She'll be joining us for a special
Talk
special,
about
set
somebody.
to open
Talk
it
about
up.
somebody who's getting around.
I know. I love it. She's getting younger every day.
She's
It's
wonderful.
amazing. I don't know
Love
how she
her.
does it.
What
We
a
love Patty.
what a treasure.
Truly.
It's true.
That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Another non-pedal steel
Non-pedal
guitarist.
steel
Yeah,
guitar.
yeah. Lap steel. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, great. Hey, did you want to play something off of your album?
Sure. Yeah. If you want to play something off the new record again.
Did you want to do Done Wonders or
Sure.
something else?
Yeah, that's a great one. We're gonna have a video coming out for this song in the next couple of weeks. So. Yeah.
Oh, a
let's do
video,
it.
too?
Yeah, video too. We still do that. Yeah.
Is Cowboy in it?
This one, is he in this one? He's been in like every video.
He's made a cameo in just about every one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we need to grab a clip of him still.
Yeah, we'll get him in there somehow.
Yeah.
So who does your video production?
Oh, we work with the fabulous Andy Zesnak over at Gadget Box
Oh.
Productions.
Oh, cool, yeah.
He's a wonderful guy to work with. Super talented. He also mixed our record and recorded a few of the songs, and
Cool.
he's done all our videos in the
He's
past.
a multi-talented man.
Yeah, he's a great guy to work with.
Yeah.
Great. Well, let's give this one a spin. Here's Done Wonders with Carolyn Sills and Gerard Egan.
If I knew you were drowning, I would have jumped in. But the sun can be blinding, and I know you can swim. There have been days that I missed you more than I wanted someone else. Leaving you is painful, but it's done wonders for my health. but nothing that we need. There's been hours wasted thinking they long for someone else. Leaving you's painful, but it's done wonders for my health. I'm built for comfort, you're built for speed. We're everything we want, but nothing that we need. There's been hours wasted thinking they long for someone else. Leaving you is painful, but it's done wonders for my health. Leaving you is painful, but it's done wonders for my health. Leaving you is painful, but it's done wonders for my health.
Well, that's kind of high energy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess you couldn't hear it. I just had this mic stuck on there. Oh God.
We only said good things.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, that's why I get paid the big bucks here.
Yeah, I love
Right?
it.
I'm glad I'm not a professional.
I think
I wouldn't want to have to live up to those standards.
right. You can do whatever you want.
Well, more or less. I got in trouble last week for something I played, but that's the way it goes.
Exactly. That's why-
FCC breathing down your neck again.
No, somebody was sensitive about an Arch Obler thing that I played. So, last week was Halloween, so I played a bunch of creepy stories and stuff. And,
Yeah. Some people don't do creepy.
Well, yeah. Some people don't do a lot of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
People are really sensitive these days.
That's true.
I'm glad we're not, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Heck no.
Well, you're from Brooklyn, you know.
No.
You're,
That's right.
so how'd you
The
wind
mean
up in
streets.
Brooklyn?
Well, my father actually grew up in Brooklyn. His grandparents initially moved there way back when. My father was born in '39, and the family still owns the house that was built that same year out in like Avenue S, Kings Highway neighborhood.
Oh, wow. That would be like Midwood High School.
Something he went to like Good Shepherd, like a Catholic high school out there. Yeah. But yeah, so Brooklyn was kind of part of my growing up. My older uncle lived there, and we'd always go in to visit a couple times a year. And we knew as we were getting ready to graduate from college, we wanted to move to New York and probably to Brooklyn, because at that point it was less expensive than Manhattan. I think that's flip-flop now, and Brooklyn is like more expensive than the Upper West Side from what I hear. But
yeah, it's the trendy place.
yeah, we actually ended up renting our first apartment out by like Caton Avenue, Prospect Park, and whatever. And
yeah.
it was like a block away from my aunt's apartment that I had last seen like in the late '80s. So we first moved out there, and my buddies were visiting. We're walking down the street to the park, and I'm like, this is all very familiar, So I double checked with my uncle, and sure enough, we were like right in her old neighborhood. But
Did you ever go ice skating in Prospect Park?
never did the skating thing in Prospect Park. No,
we
we tried
watched
to
them
at
though.
Rockefeller
We'd heckle
Center,
the
but it was
skaters.
just too much of a line. But,
Yeah.
but
Right,
yeah,
so-
we lived there for about 10 years before
Wow,
coming
wow.
out here, and so that was like 2000 to like 99 or so.
And it was very rare to be playing country music in
2009.
Brooklyn. At
That's
that
a whole
time.
nother energy level.
Yeah.
Over there. But the funny thing is, the song "Sleepwalk" with Tony and Santos,
Santo and Johnny.
Santo and
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
they're from Brooklyn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I always saying, what the hell were guys from Brooklyn doing? Playing, and then it turns out that their dad was in Oklahoma, probably Fort Sill or somewhere, and heard all that stuff and wanted his kids to play that. So
Yeah, what a cool thing, to be kind of stuck in the service out there and hear this at that time. I would think pretty unusual sound. The steel guitar was not that like ubiquitous in terms of American music at that point.
And
so.
and then I also wondered, what the hell would Jay and the Americans from Brooklyn doing like a country tune in a little cafe just the other side of the border? And I just remembered. Then it finally occurred to me that back then when they did that song, everybody was like watching Bonanza and
Oh yeah.
all the westerns that were on TV. Westerns were really popular back
Right.
then.
It was
so-
like only westerns on TV back then, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
funny.
That's great.
Hey, you guys in the rest of the buzz off, or can you stick around for a few more minutes?
We can stick and
Yeah,
hang,
we can
sure.
stick around for a few
How
more
about another
minutes.
tune?
Let's do it. What are
Yeah.
you thinking?
I don't want to let you guys go.
Oh, all right. Well, why don't we get you singing?
It's like
some,
having a
too?
free private concert.
That's awesome. Well, why don't we'll do a song from our duo, Poi Rogers. You want to sing a little Don't Steal My Covers?
Oh, yeah, okay. We can make that happen.
Hey, you tuned into the Squid, KSQD Santa Cruz, 90.7 FM.
Don't steal my covers if you're lying in my bed. You can have my pillow if you need to rest your head. Nights are getting colder and my skivvy's all bare thread. So don't steal the covers off my bed. You can raid my icebox till the deviled eggs are gone. You can drink my liquor till you don't know right from wrong. Oh, you can build a go-kart with the tools inside my shed. Just don't steal the covers off my bed. You can play my records if you treat them as your own. You can call your chickens from my rotisserie phone. What's mine is yours, so welcome in. We'll paint the whole place red. Just don't steal the covers off my, don't steal the covers. Please don't steal the covers off my bed.
Oy vey. Well, you guys come up with some doozies, you know.
Oh, thanks.
Based on a true story
Yeah.
from our cattle dog,
From our
taking up all those
cattle dog.
covers.
That's great. Wow, that's great. Hey, and in case you just joined us, we're here with Carolyn Sills and Gerard Egan,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Poi Rogers, or a.k.a. the Carolyn Sills Combo Band, or
Yeah.
2/5 of
AKA
the Carolyn Sills combo, I guess. Yeah.
a.k.a.
The House of
her
Twang.
and him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
House of Twang. Oh, it's talking about House of Twang. Hey,
Yeah.
let's talk about your new shop, and let's talk about the Pleck Machine.
I would love to. Sure. Yeah. Thanks
Hey,
for
so
asking.
if you don't, if you folks out there don't know what this Pleck Machine is, I guess there's only like 2 of them anywhere around this area. But there's a really great video on YouTube, just PLEK, and I'll let Gerard tell you what this thing does. But I think it's amazing.
Sure. So this will be of particular interest to anyone that plays a fretted musical instrument. So we're talking acoustic or electric guitars, basses, mandolins, ukuleles, you name it. And essentially what this machine does, it looks kind of like, it's like the dimensions of an old-fashioned telephone booth, you know, that you kind of close the door behind you in, or like a refrigerator, I suppose. But this machine is able to scan any fretted instrument on an insanely detailed level. It takes something like 6,500 points of measurement up and down each string at every fret position, measuring the action, measuring the neck relief, measuring the quality of the frets, the quality of the fingerboard, and it's really its greatest strength is as a diagnostic tool. So, you know, a lot of guitar players come to our shop with an instrument that either used to play really well and now is kind of fighting them back, or they just bought a brand new instrument and it's just a little uncomfortable to play. And what we're talking about doing with them is dialing the setup so that the guitar is kind of inviting to play, inspiring to play. It kind of gets out of the way of the creativity when you're sitting down with the guitar. So when the Pleck scans these different instruments, you start getting these readouts on the computer screens. You have kind of like a digitized image of the fingerboard, which I can show to the customers too. So there's a lot more clarity and understanding on their part, so they kind of see what I'm seeing as a guy that's been staring down guitar necks for the last 15 years. You know, it's it gives them a lot more confidence in knowing exactly what's wrong with the instrument, how we can address any issues that they're having, whether it's, you know, fret buzz or just it's uncomfortable to play or dead notes here and there. It's an amazing tool. So the initial part is the diagnosis, and then from there, depending on the issues with the instrument, we can do a lot of different things with the machine. It's probably most popular and best known for its fret leveling capabilities. Mm-hmm. So you can program the machine specific to one instrument, specific to one player. So this is truly like we're dialing in a setup just for you. You know, this isn't just like a mass-produced kind of thing. So part of the process is the initial conversation that I'd have with the guitar the customer, in terms of their playing style, their expectations, the types of music they play, kind of strings they like, all the details. The more information I have, the better. So the Pleck can like level and recrown the frets, so you have like an amazingly even playing surface up and down the fingerboard. You actually really get the full advantage of the machine if you're building an instrument from scratch or refretting the instrument, because the machine can actually plane like shape the fingerboard.
Right.
And the designers of this machine, they're in Berlin in Germany, and they started out by really analyzing the way strings truly vibrate when they're plucked on an instrument. And for years and years, the assumption was that when you pluck a string, it moves the most like in the middle of the neck over the 12th fret. But what these guys realized that the shape's a lot more complicated than that. So what they're trying to do is, shape the fingerboard into the same shape that the string vibrates in. So it might sound like it would be some crazy roller coaster. It's not. It doesn't look like that at all. It's like a very subtle kind of thing. We're talking, a few thousandths of an inch here or there that could really make a difference. But when you build a guitar or refret a guitar with the fingerboard shape in this kind of perfect shape, and then put the frets on top of that, you're essentially just building a house on top of like a perfect foundation, So like your fingerboard surface is perfect, the fret tops are then perfect. You're basically taking the geometry out of the equation in terms of like, why is my guitar not easy to play,
Mm-hmm.
So like once you kind of like take care of that, then we kind of move on through the rest of the setup procedure and getting the instrument really perfectly tuned in for the way that you would want it to play,
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that's been available for the last maybe 15 years in the industry, but I first came across one. I was working at Santa Cruz Guitar Company around the corner from where we're at right now, and I've been building guitars there for about 2.5 years before we got the first Pleck machine there, and managed that machine for the rest of my time at SCGC. And it was a huge transformation in terms of the physical demand on the builders, like the setup work, pounding frets, all this filing and sanding and that kind of thing. It really takes a lot out of your body. And I was going to physical therapy and acupuncture when we got the Pleck machine, and I was thinking, I'm going to have to change careers here. I can't keep doing this,
Because when you're building a guitar and you're putting the frets in for the first time, or you're refretting, basically you're just using a straight edge, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a straight edge. There's a number of different tools. It's a lot of experience. You'd be amazed at how your eye like starts to get trained when you start looking at guitars and sighting down fingerboards and looking for different things. You do this day in and day out for years and years. You really start to develop a different eye and ability to kind of like see these things that most people probably can't really see. But you're right. I mean, using the Pleck really takes guitar making and repair into like the 21st century.
Yeah.
It's state of the art as it gets.
Yeah.
And when it's all done, I can show the customer on the screen, here's what your guitar looked like when you brought it into me and how kind of messed up it was, or the different things that we noticed and wanted to fix. And then here's the final scan showing you the sort of perfect playing surface, so it gives them confidence and peace of mind knowing that, okay, like the guitar itself, there's no issues there. So maybe it's just me,
All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But it's
Well,
been great. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I know part of it, my guitar is probably a bunch of it. It's me more than it is the guitar. So,
right.
but people can bring their guitar or their instruments in, and they can do, and you guys can do an analysis for them, and then that's one cost.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do more work on it, then that's a whole nother.
Well, right now we're offering a free analysis and free Pleck scan for people.
Free?
So, yeah, we just feel like it could be such a tool for the community, and we want people to realize that playing guitar and having your guitar basically be your tool that works for you and is easy to play is something that everybody can have.
So where's the shop located? I mean, I know where it is, but
Yeah.
they don't know.
The shop is in beautiful downtown SoCal, right across from a vegan fast food place called Pretty Good Advice. It's on Porter Street. It's 3065 Porter Street.
It's called the House of Twang. Yeah.
Twang.
Yeah. But we're taking a lot of appointments for people right now. We're just booked a couple weeks out, but
Cool.
yeah, we've been really excited about it.
Yeah, visit thehouseoftwang.net. We have
Yeah.
a lot of information there. You can sign up for a free evaluation, read about the Pleck, watch a couple videos, all that kind of
Yeah.
good
Cool.
stuff. And we offer a lot of different repair services too. I mean, our focus certainly is fret work, Pleck work, but give us a call, drop us a line, and let us know what you got.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Hey, how about one more song, then I'm going to have to kick you out.
All right, we
All
can do
right. I
that.
thought we were moving in at this point.
Well, I wish you would, actually.
Yeah. Gosh, one more song. What are you thinking? Want to do like an oldie or
Let's do an oldie.
yeah? Want to do like a betcha or a baseball song?
Home Run Willie? No.
Ha.
that's
We'll do a baseball song. You guys are talking about Brooklyn so much, I gotta do a little shout out to Chicago. So
Okay.
we're gonna do a song here we wrote for the Chicago Cubs, but specifically the 1908 Chicago Cubs. Some years before Wrigley's romance was tinkered to Evers to Chan, a trio of bear cubs with lightning between gloves, a regular waltzing striped pan. The moment a hit would arrive, you'd see lights go off in their eyes. When turning that double, they're nothing but trouble. That's Tinker to Evers to Chan. Three orphans of the West Side grounds, the best friends of those on the mound. Twin killers with ease, just a 6 foot 3, then ruthlessly gone, fallen bound. The moment a hit would arise, you'd see lights go off in their eyes. When turning that double, they're nothing but trouble. That's Tinker to Evers to Chan. A trio of bear cubs with lightning between gloves. That's Tinker to Evers to Chan. Play ball.
Batter up. Carolyn Sills. Gerard Egan, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh,
Thank you, man.
It is
Great to
so
be
I
here.
really
fun.
appreciate it. You guys rock, man.
Thanks.
I love you guys.
Appreciate that. Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and don't forget to catch their show at the Ugly Mug on the 17th.
No, Quimba Jazz
Oh,
Center. Yeah.
Kawumba. Oh, Kawumba, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for straightening me out.
Yeah, no problem.
And I got a list of some shows coming up, but I'm going to let these folks head on out. And also, if you want to give me a call at 831-900-5773, you can win a pair of tickets to their show on the 17th. That's, Carolyn Sills combo, November 17th, 7:30, and that, Snazzy Productions.
Snazzy Productions at the
Cool.
Quimba. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate you.
And stand by for Lonnie and Don't Fence Me In.